Y'all won't give me a break, huh? I did the fifth quarter earlier. Now I'm back for the fifth quarter again, late in the day. Y'all did a great job knocking these games out. But I'm looking at a lot of very surprising results. I was wrong on a lot of picks. But that's what the playoffs is about, right? You're going to be wrong, or you're going to be right. But there ain't no ties. So either way, how you spin it, it's going to be winners and losers. Some going on, some going home, some going on. Now, as I look at these scores, I'm surprised at them. I cannot lie. But hey, this is what we all been waiting for. We've been waiting for the big moments, and now the big moment is here. So let's get into this recap. It should be very interesting to see who play who next round. But the first round, the first one up here, we had Denver go against Baltimore. Now they played earlier in the regular season. Baltimore took Denver out. But this time around, different ball game. I don't know what happened. I didn't see none of these games, by the way. I'm just now getting to the crib, not like about half an hour ago. You know, I'm out doing what I do. Come back, I see the first round done. Not only is the first round done, I've seen a lot of results that I didn't expect to see. But first up was Broncos and Ravens. Like I said, Ravens played the Broncos early in the season. Ravens was the first one to give Broncos his loss. And I said Ravens would come into this game knowing that if he did it once, he can do it again. He would come into this game with some confidence. But I also said Broncos wouldn't forget that Ravens was the first one to give him that loss. And the way this final result was, it looked like Denver was ready. Denver was looking forward to this. Denver wanted that revenge. Denver got that revenge. So Denver balled out on the road in B-More. As I look at the stats, I see Baltimore had 3 turnovers. That's pretty big in the playoffs. You can't turn the ball over that many times. See, once you in the playoffs, everybody is pretty much equal. Ain't no more regular season. This ain't no catch. You ain't playing nobody in the playoffs that you can afford to turn the ball over and still think you gonna come out with a win. 3 turnovers most of the time in the playoffs, you're done. Now, passing yards wasn't really no big difference. I mean, he passed for 266. He passed for about 50-something yards more than the Ravens. So that wasn't no big factor. So again, right now, the main factor is turnovers. 3 by the Ravens. Neither one of them rushed the ball. Neither one of them rushed the ball good. Baltimore had more rushing yards, so it wasn't that. Third down conversions, though, I look at that, and what did I tell you? What did I tell you about this game when I did the prediction? I said this game would come down to what? Big plays. You don't believe me? Go back and listen to the fifth quarter from earlier. I said that game would come down to third down conversions and things like that. And as I look, Baltimore had 1 third down conversion. Denver had 4. Now you may say, well, that's only 3 more than what Baltimore had. But what you don't realize is them 3 extra third down conversions he had could have led to scores. Because when you look at the stats, Denver didn't do much more than what Baltimore did. So it was the 3 turnovers along with they wasn't getting third down conversions. So if you're not getting third down conversions, what are you doing? You're punting. Or you're turning the ball over trying to convert a first down. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you look at it, Baltimore did not show up today at all. They scored 15 points in the second quarter, which gave them 18 for the first half, and they got shut out in the second half. Denver was the better team today. Denver moves on. I told you, that's what's deadly about the NFL playoffs. There is no series. There is no 3 out of 5s. There is no 4 out of 7s. There's none of that. It's one and done. You got to show up on the day of at your best. If you don't, you're out of here. Good win for Denver. I was wrong about this. Not only I'm not surprised Denver won, because I know he can ball, but I'm surprised by how many points he won by. And I'm pretty sure this left a sour taste in Baltimore's mouth. Pause. But when you take these type of losses in the playoffs, the one thing you want to do is get back on the field. Unfortunately, you have a long off season. But good season for Baltimore. Good run. But their run came to an end faster than they would have liked. Denver moves on. Next up, we have Bills and Dolphins. Now, this playoffs period, a lot of times it's about who's the more focused team, who's more disciplined. Buffalo almost blew this game after being up by a nice amount of points. Let me tell you something about the playoffs. The playoffs ain't about being cute. The playoffs ain't about being flashy. It's about getting the win. Secure the win. Buffalo almost played around and blew this game. When you're in the playoffs, you want to get in and get out with a win. All of that, and I'm not saying this part for him. I'm saying I've seen guys play in the playoffs, have the win secure, and still trying to score more points in the end. Why? It's the playoffs. You get one of your best guys hurt, you're going to be sick. Once you got the win secured, that's it. Now you playing against the clock. You want to get out the game. So playoffs is a lot about mental. Who's the strongest mental player? Buffalo almost let this slip away. My opinion, he should have won by more than this. But, you know, sometimes people learn things the hard way, and sometimes they get warnings. This right here, in my opinion, is a warning of Buffalo. You get the win, handle your handle, get out of Dodge. Plain and simple. But Miami came back and turned this into a good game regardless of what. And he almost pulled off a nice comeback. He fell 2 points short. Miami season is over. Buffalo moves on. When I did the midseason report, I told you Buffalo, in my opinion, was a contender. Yeah, he played silly this game. And if you continue to play like that, you won't go far. So he gonna have to make it. He gonna have to settle down and you know, focus on getting the win and not try to get style points. You know, playoffs ain't about no style points. Playoffs is about a win and get winning healthy. That's what the playoffs is about. But again, good win for the Bills. He moves on. Miami goes home. Next, Browns, Murph, Titans, Abercrombie. Didn't expect this. I actually took the Titans to win. Why? Because they're the number 2 seed. Why? Henry, you know, had a great season. This went nothing like what I thought. Now, I said if Murph win, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I figured the Titans, you know, you're number 2 seed. You're going to come into this game with high morale. Instead, he left this game with low morale. He took a bad loss, and I don't know what happened this game. My guess is, for one, Henry never got off. As you can see, he only had 28 yards rushing, and the problem with that is Tennessee doesn't have a second punch. As you can see, Henry got shut down, something crazy, and that was it. Ball game. And he had 5 turnovers. So this had the recipe for disaster early. He almost got shut out. He didn't score 7 points to the fourth quarter. But again, before the playoffs started, I told you, pressure busts pipes, but pressure makes things. Also, pressure shows you what can be the final product after you got that pressure. You know, you don't always have to fold. Pressure don't have to bust pipes. Pressure can shape something, mold something into a beautiful thing. This is a bad loss for the Titans, but hey, it's spilled milk. What can you do? Nothing. All you can do, lick your wounds, come back next season even better. I mean, being the number 2 seed, you definitely don't expect to lose in the wild card round. But again, styles make fights, and apparently this style was a little too much for the Titans to handle. Not only did he score only 7, but the defense let him down. If you remember, when I did this game, I said this game wasn't just about Cleveland's front 7 against Henry. I said this game was also about Titans defense against Cleveland's offense. And look what happened. Cleveland offense jumped all over the Titans. Titans didn't have a chance. This game was over in the first half, even though he was down 17-0. So you figure, why am I saying that? If he only had 28 yards rushing for the game, how much did he have in the first half? Once the first half was over and he realized Henry wasn't going nowhere, it was lights out. 5 turnovers for the game. He probably had half of them already in the first half. I mean, if I'm the Titans, I'm looking back at this game to see exactly what I did wrong and how to improve on that. There's nothing else to look at. Don't look at how many yards Henry had for the regular season. Don't look at all the stuff you did. This is the game you need to look at. This is the measuring stick. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to what are you satisfied with? Are you satisfied for just making the playoffs? Or are you trying to get to that big dance in the playoffs? If you're satisfied for making the playoffs, then there's nothing to watch. There's nothing to look back on. Y'all made the playoffs. I'm good. Say no more. Case closed. But if you have aspirations of making it to the big dance, you gotta look at what's around you. And guess what? Cleveland is in your conference, which means that if you make the playoffs next year, there's a chance you'll be facing Cleveland again. So now you got to figure out, what can we do to add to the success that we had in the regular season? Because this one got bad quick for the Titans. But sometimes you just got to learn from your mistakes. Plain and simple. But everybody don't have the discipline to do that. Everybody don't have the mental toughness to do that. Some people only got one punch. I'm not saying that's the case with the Titans, but I'm saying that is the case with some people. Titans definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board after this one. But still in all, listen, man, I understand you're disappointed you lost in the wild card round, but regardless of the fact, you was a number 2 seed. Nobody could take that from you. You balled out. You set hella records with Henry during the season. Man, you just ran into a better team on this day. All you can do is just focus and lock in come for the next season. But you played good with these boys. You had a good run, and just get ready for next season, because you could face this team again, and you want to be right the next time y'all play. Next, Bucks in Washington. I was also wrong about this one. I took Washington. I said Washington came into this game with more swag. I say he's coming to this game with more confidence. What I like about this game for the Bucks is that He just got smoked like a Newport to the Panthers about 2 weeks ago. I'm talking about smoked, shutout, gave up about half a man, about 50-something points. And the fact that he came back in the wild card round and took out a hot Washington team, that says a lot about his mental. He has a short-term memory. It's something that you need in these leagues, because no matter how bad of a loss you took, you cannot carry that moving forward. You gotta let that go, and you gotta just focus on whoever is in front of you. So I give the Bucs a lot of credit. I thought Washington would win this game. I said the Bucs was coming to the playoffs with morale being kind of low. Guess what? He came in here total opposite. He passed over 400 yards. So did Money Mascot. But, you know, he just did just a little more to win this game. I mean, he scored 14 in the fourth quarter. This game went into overtime, and he got the win. Washington, I mean, hey, you've been inconsistent all year. You started getting hot towards the end of the year. You know, you only lost by 3, so you know the future is bright for Washington. But you know, let's just be honest. Nobody wants to get eliminated in the first round. So regardless of what, you know, first round eliminations are always a tough one to swallow. You know, but yo, good win for this Bucs team, man. They came into Washington and they got the win. So that's what it's all about. You know, getting the win, moving along to the next round. Plain and simple. You know, but I didn't see this one coming. I took Washington to win this. Boy, was I wrong. You know, Tampa, man. Look, I already know MJ could ball. You know, so that's not no secret. You know what I'm saying? He could ball. I just thought Washington would come into this game because to me, he was playing better ball as in lately. So I took Washington to win this, and man, Tampa got the job done. 38-35 in overtime. Great win for this Bucs team, and they handle. Plain and simple. Then we had Vikings and Rams. I knew this would be a bad matchup for the Vikings. As of right now, the Vikings have serious problems with this Rams team. But just as a user in general, he has a problem with this user. So I kind of figured this will go pretty bad for the Vikings. I mean, they ain't lose by a ton of points, but they ain't lose by a ton of points, but they still end up losing by 20. That's 3 scores. So, but hey, man, this is what the playoffs about. I told you before, 2 men enter, only 1 man leaves. You know, this ain't the NBA, this ain't baseball, this ain't no other series, this ain't no other sports that got series. It's 1 game elimination. You know, regular season don't matter. You know, what you gonna do? You're gonna lose in the playoffs first round and then brag about what you did in the regular season? Who cares? You know, this is what matters. Playoffs is what make people, you know, is what make people respect it. Playoffs is what make people get recognized. Playoffs is what put you on that pedestal. It's what you do in the playoffs, not regular season. You know, but good win for this Rams team. I figured he would give this Vikings team a major problem, and that he did. Vikings are going home early. Rams moving on to the next round. Cards got the force over the Bears. So we done with this Bears team, which I'm glad to see because they was DK team, but DK got stuff going on in his life, so he had to bow out. So I didn't want Chicago to go no further than what they doing. Unfortunately, Jeter had the easiest game this round due to the new time schedule. Now, moving on to the divisional round. Browns and Chiefs. Murph going against Bay Boy Relly. Now, These two played each other in this league. These two played each other in my other league. And guess what happened? Relly won both. So right now, Relly's 2-0 against Murph. If Relly loses this game, this win equals out to more than them 2 regular season wins. You understand? Because I know if I beat somebody in regular season and I lose to them in the playoffs, I'm not there going to fix my mouth to say, well, I beat you in the regular season. Who cares? That regular season don't hold no weight right now. This is what matters. Playoffs. You understand? Playoffs is what matter. You have the ability to end somebody's season. Chiefs is the number 1 seed. They had a first round bye, and now Cleveland is coming into town. Very interesting matchup. Cleveland blew out his first opponent in round 1, who was who's the Browns just played? That fast I forgot. Titans. He took out the number 2 seed, Tennessee Titans. So this is going to be a fun one to watch. Relly ain't going to lose this game to Murph. And to be quite honest with you, Murph don't want to lose this game to Relly either. Right now, Relly's 2-0 against him in this Madden. Relly lose this one, it'll be 1 loss, but it's going to feel like 2 losses. Trust me when I tell you. There's nothing worse than having a couple of wins against a certain opponent in the regular season, only to lose to him in the playoffs. I'll take that trade every day. Oh, you gonna beat me in the regular season? You gonna sweep me in the regular season, but lose to me in the playoffs? Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. So now it's prediction time. Do I go with the guy who won his first 2, or do I go with the guy who just blew out the number 2 seed? And to be honest with you, to beat him for a third, let me tell you something. To beat one team twice in a season is tough and it's rough. To beat a team 3 times in the season, I ain't gonna say it's impossible, yo man, but it's ridiculously hard. That's the task that really got cut out for him right now. Murph knows he lost to Relly the last few times they played. He's gonna be ready. He is gonna be ready. Now, the one thing I will say about being in the wild card round opposed to having a bye, sometimes when you have that bye, it can feel like you had way more time off than what you did. Sometimes when you in the trenches and you in that wild card round, you carry that momentum over to the next round. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not making no case for anybody right now. I'm just saying what happens a lot. But time for me to pick a winner. And this is a tough one because honestly, I can see this game going either way. I can see either one of these teams winning. But when we do predictions on the 5th quarter, we ain't playing with safe. We ain't worrying about nothing of that. We picking a winner. Win, lose, or draw. And with that being said, I must pick a winner. I'm going to go with the number 1 seed. He been playing great ball all year. He blew out this Browns team earlier, although this ain't the same Browns team. You know, this was before Cleveland made that big trade. So he's playing a different Browns team right now. So now, the question is, will he be able to have the same success against this Brown team as he did early in the year when they played. You know, Browns gonna be ready. Chiefs better be ready. But again, he's #1 seed for a reason. Nobody gave it to him. He earned it. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. But I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Browns. It's gonna be very, very hard to beat a team 3 times for a season. If the Chiefs win this matchup against the Browns, it'll be the 3rd win against the Browns. It'll be a trifecta. So I'm curious to see how this goes, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Browns in this one, and I'm gonna go 31-27. Next, we got Cards, King G, going against the Panthers. These two pretty familiar with each other. These two also played each other in the season. Carolina jumped all over the Cardinals and never looked back. I know G remembers that. I know he knows that. So now he's going to come into this game with a certain morale. Payback. No better time to get revenge. But yeah, I got the Cards. I got the Panthers winning this one because, man, the boy been hot like lava. You dig? He's been crushing guys left and right. Now, I will say this. Although Panthers ain't have the type of season that they would like to have, they are still in the position to go places. But I'm taking this Panthers team, man. Panthers is the real deal right now. Although, listen, you can't sleep on G. G is the type to pull out a win against an opponent when you counted him out. You know, I'm pretty sure Pearl respects his handle. You know, so Pearl gonna have to come and handle his business. You know, so very interesting game. But I'm gonna go with the Panthers in this one. Final score: Panthers 33, Cards 26. 33-26, Panthers over the Cards. Next, we got Broncos Buffalo. My opinion, probably the game of this divisional round. Two guys that I got as contenders to making the playoffs. To making a Super Bowl. That's now changed. One of these guys won't make it. So this is a big time game. And I'm telling you now, both of these guys can ball. So ain't no questions about that. You know, the only question in this one to me is the only question to me in this one between these two is, will both teams stay in a lane? Because even this one is like, to me, it's like the Denver and Baltimore. This also will come down to big plays, 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions, things like that. This game will come down to that, in my opinion. Now, which way do I lean? Well, this is tough. This is real tough. You know, if you hold my feet to the fire and ask me who am I going with, I gotta go with Denver. I gotta go with Denver. And I gotta go with Denver because I can't lie. That defense showed up and showed out against the Titans. Titans didn't do nothing that he wanted to do at all. So that tells me Denver came into that matchup with an ill game plan. But, you know, this is a whole different team. Buffalo is not Tennessee, but I'm gonna go with the seasoned vet in this one, and that's the Broncos. But I think it'll be close. But I'm gonna go Denver 35, Buffalo 31. To close out the week, we got Bucks and Rams. Another good game. Rams put up hella points last game. So right about now, to me, which defense is gonna make the bigger plays? I think whatever defense make the bigger plays, that's your winner. And when I say bigger plays, I mean like when I say big plays, I'm talking about like not letting your opponent get that big fourth down, getting fourth down stops, you know, goal line stance. This game gonna come down to things like that to me. But it only could be one winner. So the question is, who do I see winning this? I'm gonna go Rams. I think the Rams pull this one's out. Yeah, he's gonna be no longer with us. So, you know, I'm just trying to get this thing rocking over here. But yeah, so good win for the for your. Hold on, man. What is this doing, man? That just threw me for a loop. But yeah, I'm going Rams over the Bucks in this one. But I'm gonna go final score 28-21. 28-21. Rams over the Bucks. Good luck to everybody that's left. To all the teams that got eliminated. Listen, just got to come back next season hungry, that's all. But you made it there, so if you made it there once, why you can't make it again? And also, you know, again, nobody got nothing to hold their heads down about. You made it there. You probably just made a couple of mistakes that got you eliminated, and all you can do is just lock in and get focused moving forward. You know, but hey. Y'all knocked the first round out in one day, so I'm guessing y'all gonna do the same thing tomorrow. But when y'all do, I should be here to advance it. If I'm not, one of the co-commissioners will take care of it. But good job knocking them games out, and let's get this show on the road. But next advance is Sunday. I mean Saturday at 8. So I'll see y'all then, man. I'll see y'all in the next fifth quarter. Until then, I am gone.